It's 10 o'clock. Look at my rosy cheeks. I'm so hot. I think I've got a bit of a fever. I've got Lemsip with a slug of honey and blackcurrant in there as well. And I was going to do this from bed, and I thought, no, get your lazy ass up and do something. It's a gorgeous day. Even if you're feeling shit, you'll feel more shit if you stay in bed. And I've just done something absolutely amazingly, terrifyingly awesome. I think no, I have done something really awesome, um, but absolutely terrifying. I have just invested quite a substantial sum of money in my own self-development. I've invested in me, and I pressed it. Honestly, I have just spent the last night, well, from yesterday evening at 9 o'clock till this morning at 8:45, thinking about it, wanting to do it, hovering over a button, opening the commitment button to spend the money, closing it, um, talking to people in the support group, um, hearing it, getting excited, becoming terrified, um, going backwards and forwards, and talking to people, um, predominantly talking to Dani Wallace, who, yeah, I've always felt like I've taken all her lessons, the bits I've used, but I've only ever used her freebies, and she's very generous with her free mentoring and advice, and it's wonderful and it's brilliant, and it's got me this far. Um, and then she posted a link to an online challenge. Now I've done a few of these. Um, some of them have hit the spot, some of they haven't, and that's what it's about really. It's like you connect to certain people, and I connected with Dani, and Dani was amazing, and I did her Be Heard. And at the time after that, I wanted to do her big, um, um, her big pay for training, but I didn't have have the financial ability to do that at the time. But I've kind of kept in a loop with her and kept an eye on her lives and found her really inspiring all the time and the stories. And then she posted a link to, sorry, excuse me, I'm in such a state today, and I thought I shouldn't have gone live, but I wanted to go live because I really wanted to tell you about this. So you'll just have to forgive the way I look, and I've tried for my voice not to go because I didn't have any voice this morning. But yes, she posted a link to Lisa Johnson, um, and her um, race to recurring revenue thing. Now, I'm not a salesy person. I do everything I do it predominantly philanthropically. I do everything I do because I love it. Um, I feel like my knowledge is a gift and I willingly share it, but I can't pay the bills with that. And that there are things I want to do and things I have done that don't get seen out there because I don't know how to market them and make people aware that they exist. So I went into race to recurring revenue with a lot of skepticism because I don't like all the salesy stuff. And I met the most amazing community of people in there, and I heard all sorts of things that I'd never heard about before, which are, yeah, sound quite salesy, but they are systems that help you manage your data and what have you. And the community of people in there was so lovely. And I racked my brains the whole week with Lisa doing the daily challenges. I did the first two daily challenges, then I got ill, then I had to go away because I needed to uh, talk funerals with a couple of families, including my own family, and I had to sort of, I didn't work in first hand with the challenge days 3 and 4, but I managed to catch the catch up masterclass on Monday evening, so yesterday evening, and I was feeling really rough by then. I travelled back from Cheltenham. I'd officiated a funeral. I'd come back. The heating was off and the turned itself off, and anyway, all sorts of things. And I was really, really tired, and so I just, again, more Lemsip. Um, yeah, but I stayed on through it, and I went to bed with this knowledge in my head. This I want to do it, and I thought, well, I can't spend that sort of money. I cashed in a little pension actually, so I had the right amount of money, and that money I wanted to invest in me. I just didn't know how to invest it in me. And it was a tiny amount for a pension, but it was a goodly amount for making a difference to something, you know, that I do. I mean, I think the pension was like an odd one. It was, I got about 25% of it was about 3.5 grand. So I have this money. I've never had money in my bank account before. So it was very exciting and very scary. It was exciting to hold on to it and scary to spend it because, you know, I live a comfortable life, but I don't have savings and spare cash, never have done. So having that little bit of money, I thought, what do I do with that? And then I went on this. I'm rambling, but I went on Lisa Johnson's Race to Recurring Revenue last week, Monday to Thursday, and I caught some of it, and I engaged in some of the conversation, and I was excited, then I was scared, then I felt like a fraud, then I felt like um, a potential, I kept seeing the potential and then thinking, don't be silly. That sort of thing is not for someone like me. I am not that type of person who does that type of thing. It's not for me. I'm not going to do it. And then, and I was trying to think of the things from which I could earn a passive income. That's what the course was about. Passive income. What a misnomer. It's not passive at all. Basically, it is, it is um, hard work application of yourself, but to which will lead in the future to passive income. So it's like, instead of doing um, talking one to one to someone, going and talking to them about um, whatever it is I'm talking about, which in this instance, having had my light bulb moment this morning, is my death planning package. Instead of doing it one to one with people, setting it up as a online course so that lots of people can have it, but me not have to physically be there all the time. Because what I always find in my life is that I don't have enough time. Here I am. I'm a stained glass artist. I'm a stained glass teacher. I'm a bed and breakfast owner. I'm a grandma and a mum. I'm a celebrant that officiates funerals. I'm an end of life doula. I support people and their families in the last stages of their life. And I have created a package of things to help people plan and prepare for death and dying, to make it less frightening and less of a taboo subject. And I advocate a lot for um, talking more about death and dying, because it becomes less frightening if we stop mystifying it and making it this otherness over here somewhere that we don't talk about. And so I don't have time to do all of these things as much as I want, and to get the message out to as all the people I want. And I know that my message could help a lot of people. So I have, yeah, really, I have a lot of people thank to get to this point. One is Dani. Can't thank her enough for Be Heard and just her general enthusiasm. Lisa, obviously, and the communicator in Lisa Johnson's challenge. But um, Tina Naldret from the Association of Independent Celebrants, who did her NLP um, taster at the Celebrant Conference, um, and the amazing Dinah Liversidge, without whom I wouldn't be on any of this journey. So there's 4 people there, who just few of them that I need to thank for getting here. And I know I now have to put in a lot of work to do this, but I'm going to do it. It's going to be great. So I'm going to diarize this on my podcast, because it's all about authenticity and about showing up. Dani always talks about showing up. So here I am, so scruffy, so sweaty. My eyes are sticky. My throat is sore. Um, I have no makeup on. Feel like feel woefully ill prepared, but I am going to show up and talk about my journey to you as authentically and warts and orly as I can, as I always have. That's what Full Life podcast is about. I'm going to carry on having this conversation in a bit more structured way over there. Now I'm recording it now with this bit, and I'm going to talk about it in more detail now. So watch that space, which is over on YouTube, Bernie B Full Life, for full details of what I have got myself into and the journey that that's going to take. Um, and thank you for putting up with me and my rosy cheeks and my snotty nose and my sticky eyes this morning. Thank you. Pine and Quills. Thank you for joining me. Hello. Tell me your name. Anyway, it's lovely when people are listening in, and it's lovely when people are listening on replay. And I know that people have heard something or feel what I am rambling on about. So please continue to join me on my journey. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So okay, stopped recording my Instagram now, and I'm going to try and explain a bit more about where I'm at. Because this is really part of my authenticity journey and all the things that I've been wanting to and trying to talk about here on my podcast in this next chunk of time. So I have just finished writing my first CPD session. I've written it for the Association of Independent Celebrants, and I deliver it next no, on the 1st or the 2nd of April. I'll be there on the right day. Don't worry about it. I'll look it up. But sitting here at the moment, trying to remember, I can't quite remember. But I am delivering my first CPD session that I have written. I've been practicing it. It's in. I've got someone looking at it shortly to get some feedback. But it's on the power and joy of authenticity. And what that means, what authenticity means, what it doesn't mean, and why it makes life so much easier to bring your full and authentic self to the party. So, yeah, that I did that well outside my comfort zone, but something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I have everything I have done in the last few years has been with the desire to have access to a bigger audience, not from an egotistical point of view, but because I really believe that what my authentic self and what I experience in life and have always felt alone in, or what I worry about and what I have hang-ups about um, and feel embarrassed about are things that are very normal to lots of people. And I think that by sharing that, if the right people find it, they will benefit from that. So that has been my driving force over the last few years. It's the reason why I've started training to be an end of life doula, why I every year invest a chunk of money on the next module of that, because not only does it help me help others, it helps me discover and learn more about myself. So I've been doing that now for 3 years. I also trained to be an end of life doula. I offered myself as the regional representative of the AOIC um, uh, because I wanted to know more and access more people who knew more um, about it. But then at the conference, I did a taster session with Tina on called NLP, which for the life of me I cannot cannot think what it stands for. But basically, um, it was about moving yourself slowly out of your comfort zone so that you can get to where you want to be. And I've been on courses and mentoring workshops with my beautiful, wonderful, amazing friend Dinah. lots of times, and we have talked about it as well. And I did a 25-day reset course with a lady called Abigail Barnes, who's written a time management book, and gained some wonderful lessons from her about that. I've even drafted a got a book draft sat in a folder where I've written about it and just don't know how to finish it, do it, or deal with the tech to publish it, or whether it's something I don't want to I don't know how to go about it. But also I can stay within my comfort zone and never know if it will be a success or a flop if I don't publish it. Once it's out there, that's it, isn't it? So I realized that most of the things that are stopping me are my own self-limiting beliefs and my own little imposter voice that's going in there. And I'm staying within my comfort zone. If I don't publish it, I don't need to find out that it's rubbish. I don't need to listen to read any negative reviews. I don't need to learn how to go about publishing. I don't need to do any of that. If I keep my, if I do, I've written my course, my DIY Before You Die course, which is helping families and individuals to prepare and plan for something we all experience, which is our own death. Um, and I'm desperate to get that seen, because I think that, especially after this weekend when I helped a family member go through it, and I realised that it's not something that everybody knows about. And I perhaps, as Lisa says, in an average room, I'm probably an expert on that subject. I think that information that I have gathered and pulled together and spent time curating and could deliver as a course, and do deliver on a one-to-one basis with individuals or individuals and their family, is something that lots of people could benefit from if I put it out there. And that is the reason why I have invested in myself with the one-to-many course that I have just paid for, that is run by Lisa Johnson through, and I've accessed through her Race to Recurring Revenue, because just had that light bulb moment last week when I was writing. Well, I've had several in the last few days and weeks, writing my Power and Joy of Authenticity CPD. Um, made me talk more, have a quiet word with my imposter a little bit more, um, and then and tell it to shut the up and leave me alone, because I can do it. Obviously, I had a chat with my partner John. We've been together 30 years this year, and and it's not all been plain sailing, but it's been pretty damn good for 30 years. And I said to him, he's in Saudi at the moment. I'd sent him a message last night saying, I really want to invest in this, and I really want to, but I'm really frightened that if I put that money in there and I don't get it back plus some, how awful I will feel about myself. It's really safe. No, it's saying to myself, well, if I did that, it would work, but I'm not going to do that. So, I know, it's a potential there, it's out there, and I know I can get it. But if I don't go and get it, then I don't know that I've not managed to get it. And I really believe that I can get it, but I've never really put myself out there. Also, I really, really like the comfortable place I'm in my life now. I really like it. I really love everything I do and all the people I'm surrounded with and the life I have. And I don't really want that to change. But I've realised, ding, ding, flash, flash, light bulb, is that I would like to release my time more, so that John and I, because John is a little bit older than me and he has retired now, I would like for us to be able to afford to go off and do stuff without worrying that we are um, we're double paying. We're paying for the holiday and we are losing our income by not being here at the same time. So I would like that flexibility, and the only way I can get that flexibility is if I put my knowledge out there um, as a passive income package. So I can still do what I do and love, but I can also um, put it out there for more people to access. So it's a win-win. I get to earn money from it because I'm good at it, um, without actually physically having to put my hours in every single time. And people get to hear the message that I've been trying to get people to hear for a while, but done so unsuccessfully or in such a small way. But I am scared because I invested a lot of money during lockdown in creating a micro venue here, and I have made the difficult decision this year to pull the plug on it and not throw good money after bad. I built John built me the tree house. I did the kutch hutch. Uh, I had a bespoke made teepee made, it's all beautiful. The TP has gone mouldy. The kutch needs redecorating already because of the Welsh weather, and I've not had a booking yet. So do I keep investing in it or don't I? And I've decided no, don't do that. So just because I'm always like the wise and wonderful and enthusiastic one here, it doesn't mean that everything I try to do is a massive success. But also occurred to me on this challenge with Lisa that I had the reason I went on to Ultimate Wedding Planner the year before last, the reason I said yes when someone approached me. Um, there's lots of reasons for that. A, it's a bloody miracle. Why did someone approach me? How did they find me? They found me on social media. I'm not a wedding planner. I had no intention of being a wedding planner. They saw something in me that I didn't see and they approached me. And for some reason, in that moment, I said yes. And I went on to the show, which was recorded not last year, the year before, in August to November. And the reason I went on the show was because I'm a member of the AOIC and I am aware of what is happening with the wedding law reform and the white paper and the bill. And what I wanted to do and what I hoped would be achieved by that programme was it would give me access to a bigger audience to empower them to have more choice and be more inclusive. So everything all the decisions I've made have never been finance based for me. I don't really care about the pound notes, but I know that you need the pound notes in order to carry on doing what you're doing because the bills still have to be paid. So I'm not after making lots of money. I'm not greedy. I don't want it. I'm happy, happy, happy with my life the way it is. But if I don't sell my skills, I can't afford to deliver my skills because I need to pay my bills. So I went on the show thinking that it would, like with all the other reality TV shows, it would grow me an audience, which would allow me to find my tribe and the people who would benefit from the things I had to say. And it would raise awareness of the celebrant industry and all the amazing independent celebrants out there and what we offer that is not offered, despite what they say, by registrars who are trained as celebrants or by humanist celebrants who effectively have their own religious agenda with it and don't allow things. All of them have some group of people that they exclude. And I wanted to raise awareness of independent celebrants and how inclusive, all inclusive we genuinely are, and how different and unique each of us is, and how it is okay to search around for the right celebrant for you whose own personality and authenticity speaks to you. I always say to any of my clients, and I'm digressing here, I always say when someone approaches me to buy my service, I won't sell you my service until we've had a one-to-one and you have met me, because um, yeah, I can take your money, but if you don't get on with me, if I don't resonate with you, you are not going to tell me your full love story or your full life story so that I can tell your story for you in the most beautiful, authentic, perfectly genuine, unique way that is you. and your family, I'll get bits of it and I'll do you a nice thing, but it won't be great. And I want it to be great and amazing and so memorable that you're reflecting back on it all the time and thinking, yeah, we really had the same bit. So on my website, you won't see an auto book, pay here, buy now. It's all about face to face. We have got to connect. You've got to think, yeah, I really like her. I could work with her. She could really tell my story. But I've got to also think, this couple will really benefit from having me. Or maybe I'm not the right celebrant for this couple, but I know someone who is. That is the joy of being a member of the Association of Independent Celebrants. I have an entire pool of amazing celebrants who all have different skills and personalities, and we can all recommend each other to each other. So, yeah, I'm all about doing everything I do because I'm passionate about it and because I love it and because it brings me joy and because it's such a privilege to do. But I want to do it to a bigger audience because I want more people to know what I know, because it has brought me so much peace of mind and joy and contentment to bring more of my own self to everything I do, um, than you can ever imagine. I don't, I'm, I'm just, you get what you get. Today you get the piggy-eyed, unmade up, scruffy-haired, croaky-throated version of me, who's a bit subdued. But you will get everything. You will get the days that I can't string a sentence together, and you will get. But when I am working with you on your commemoration or your celebration or your planning of anything, you will get 100% of me. You will get everything that I have to give, and I will give it to you with absolute pleasure. And I will, as a result of that, I will receive so much back. I officiated a funeral yesterday. I do them quite often. It sounds strange, but I love officiating funerals. I love that I can spend time with a family and I can hear, I am invited into their home and their environment and their space and their story, and I am told, um, what's shared with me is their innermost, their total pain and their total joy and their total pride and their total love. Everything, I get, this gets shared with me, and then I get to take all of that information and translate it into a commemoration and a story that truly resonates and really, really represents the person who has died, and also the people, the memories that those people celebrating that person or remembering that person have of them. And hopefully, by doing that and ritualizing that moment, I am helping those families take that first step on their rocky journey of grief. Um, not everybody, not everybody's story is full of love and disappointment. Sometimes it's full of grief, and relief, um, um, and all sorts of things. Life is complicated, but the fact that families let me in and share that with me and let me tell that story in a respectful way and ritualize their experiences in a way that helps them move on is such a privilege. And what I always say to families, because it is true, is that every time I spend time with a family and hear the stories, a little piece of that story is kept in my heart and my mind, and I I get I gain something from every family that I have the privilege of working with, and that is true when I do my vow renewals and weddings as well. Um, it's I mean, my goodness, these people are having they they are sharing their full story with me, and the more they share, the more I can give them back in their celebration. So why would I want anyone to work with me if they felt they had to hold back? I don't want that. I want them to be able to bring their full authentic selves to me, warts and all, and I will hold on to my full authentic self warts and all, and know exactly what my truth is so that I can bring my full self to them. That doesn't mean I tell them everything about myself, because it's not about me, it's about them. But I know my true self, and I can bring that. And what I'm hoping for now, I've taken this leap, and I'm talking away here because part of it's excitement, part of it is fear. As I said, I hovered over that. Shall I buy in? Shall I not buy in? Shall I do this? Shall I not do it? If I do this, I've got nowhere to hide in the future. I can't say it's because I don't know the tech, and I haven't worked out how to do it. It's going to step by step me through it. I have every confidence in it, and I hovered for ages over that button to pay, and I've paid. And what I feel having made the payment is excitement overall, alongside and butterflies, and yeah, definitely stepping out of that comfort zone. If I think of my comfort zone circle here, and it used to be here and now it's here, and this is taking me here, and I just think, okay, this is frightening, but it's exciting, and I am surrounded by people who want me to succeed, and they want it to work, and I know I can do it, and I'm so glad for the opportunity. I'm massively grateful for it. I'm massively grateful to so many people. I'm going to shout out again, Dani Wallace, Queen Bee, and I am Queen Bee, and all the wonderful things she offers. Uh, Dinah Liversidge, one of my best friends, and my mentor, and my ear at any time I need it. Andy Parks, who deals with my technophobia. Abigail Barnes for her reset, which I wouldn't have found without Dinah, actually. And these amazing connections, Lisa, and everyone in your Race to Recurring Revenue group, and just a multitude of other people. My husband, John, who is amazing, my friends here in Clonard. It's just, it's going to be a journey. I'm going to have some highs, I'm going to have some lows. But I tell you, the last thing that happened, this is amazing. I went this weekend to see a family member who wanted me to help them with death planning, who was needed to was worried, and so death was scary. We've now talked through, plan, put things in place. It's less scary now. She knows that what she wants to happen will happen. Her family know what she wants, so it's not hanging in there as an unspoken thing. But I was sat having dinner with her and a friend of hers, bearing in mind that I had just been part of Lisa Johnson's Race to Recurring Revenue, and I'd heard phrases and things that, like, sales funnels, lead magnets, um, uh, CRM systems, um, passive income streams. I'd heard phrases I'd never heard before, and this whole passive income thing. And then I was sat with somebody I'd never met before, and we were chatting away, and I was saying, oh, I do this and I teach that, and and I do this. And he said, do you do that do you have that available as a passive income stream? And I thought, oh my God, this is a sign. This is a sign to take that leap of faith with Lisa Johnson and her team, and do the things I want to do. And I hope this leads to me getting that course workshop available to more people. I hope it leads to me building my self-confidence and self-esteem a little more. I hope it leads to me finishing that book draft and sending it to a printer, or self-publishing, or ebook publishing it, or whatever it is. I've met somebody who can advise me on that, Abigail Horn. I'm looking forward to having a chat with you, Abigail, if you hear this. Yeah, I don't want to publish it if it's a pile of poo. I want to publish it if it's in a way that will benefit somebody, just one person. If it's going to benefit one person, I want to do it. Um, so these last 6 weeks, I have been talking about the power and joy of authenticity, um, and I've realised that basically encompasses just about everything. Without it, my life is nothing really. It's a shadow of itself, and I don't want to be a shadow of myself. I want to be my full self. As Dani, what does she say? Show up, rise up. Oh God, I'm going to have to stop in a minute because my throat's really sore, and I need to go and get down to the pharmacy and buy some stuff. But I just really wanted to say, um, this journey's about to get, the train's about to speed up. Things are going to get exciting. Um, Oh, I was talking about Ultimate Wedding Planner and what I'd hoped, why I did it, and what I hoped. And sadly, as a pilot program, it didn't generate, I don't think, the viewing figures that it should. And I'm not sure if they'll have another series. I hope they do. And I hope when they do it and cut it in the way that I thought they were going to cut it, because I think it would have been amazing if they'd done what I thought they were going to do with that show, and that was make it about the creativity and uh, the teamwork and the ideas and the how tos and the um, all of those things. Um, you know, but it was an experience. It was a life experience. I'm never going to regret it. I made amazing friends as a result of it, and I also saw a lot of things from a lot of people that I definitely don't want, and seen, you know, the veil pulled uh, uh, about people, you know, and who, you know. Anyway, it's made me wiser. It's opened my eyes, and it has given me so much retrospective joy and happiness and insight. Uh, So much so, I am heading tomorrow, which is why I'm sitting in drinking Lemsip like mad, because I'm going to see my fellow contestant Tash in Hull tomorrow, and spending time with her family. And I do not want to be croaking. I do not want to give her any bugs. Um, but I'm determined to go. We're going to have a lovely time, and I wouldn't know her if it wasn't for the BBC Two. So I'm very grateful to BBC Two for both her and for Toby Hawker and his family, two wonderful families I wouldn't know, and wouldn't have in my close friendship group if it wasn't for that program. And yeah, and so many other connections and so many other wonderful people. This is not the place to start mentioning everyone, but yeah. So I am going to continue doing my podcast. I just hope that more people find it. I'm going to continue to bring my warts and all self, true and authentic self, to the table. I'm going to keep talking um, about the things that I'm passionate about, and I hope that by investing this money and time in myself through this course that I'm about to embark on, that will give me access to more people who belong in my tribe, what salespeople would call an ideal client, and I would just call, my tribe, the people that need to hear me or want to hear me and would benefit from hearing from me, who in return I will benefit from having in my tribe. Everything is about reciprocity, and that is so important in life. It's all about reciprocity. That's my word of the year. In fact, I should do that. I should write a blog about my 3 words every year. Over the last few years, I've had 3 words um, that have driven my year forward. This year, reciprocity, um, self-worth, and investment. And that's when I say investment, I don't just mean money. I mean time, investing in myself. But reciprocity, that's the key. And with it all, I'm going to bring joy, and I'm going to gain joy and power. I'm going to bring my full authentic self to it. There we go. Waffle, waffle, waffle. I'm going to go now. Thank you very much for listening. Please, please subscribe if you're enjoying what you're hearing. And if you think that my stories will help someone else, then let them know about it and share it. I really appreciate your time. Always. Gratitude always. Bye for now.